Hello everybody, this is Rhomur and this is episode 19 of my StarSector Let's Play for new players. I've moved around a little bit my audio equipment here, including my computer, so things might sound a little bit different, but I'm hoping it gets rid of a bit of the background noise. But we'll see how it turns out in the final recording. Anyway, let's get right into it, shall we? So where I last left off, we had just been killing quite a few fleets of Remnant. There's actually one and a smaller fleet patrolling around, but there's a lot more around in this system when I first arrived. There is a Nexus nearby as well, which I don't want to deal with until I've cleaned out all of the Remnant, because I don't want them also in addition to a space station that is really a bit of a pain. I checked my colonies, everything seems good at the moment, I'm making a little bit of money, and I'm hoping that my new Odyssey will be finished pretty quickly, so I can add that to the fleet. And I need to just wait a bit. I don't want to engage these guys just yet. I'd like to do it at full strength. And then once I've done that, I had the piece of intel telling me that there's an ultra-rich ore world in this system. But it was the volcanic world, I think the intel said. If I go back to the intel, ultra-rich on a volcanic world, center of the Neuron. It can't be this one, can it? Ultra-rich. Okay, so that was the planet that they were talking about. Might be useful for mining, but I'd rather have a more general purpose colony with a lower hazard rating. Unfortunately, everything else in this system is not really that good. You've got a Baron, a couple of irradiators, which I believe these are actually good for finding ruins, perhaps, so let's see how that is. Another Baron and a Frozen. Sometimes Frozen can be quite good, but it's understandable. The system is a blue giant with a white dwarf. There's not likely to be much in the way of habitable planets. Fearsome Engine had the best contender with the Terran world, so I'll see how that goes. But for now we can just be content with farming some AI cores, and then when Tritachion's little war ends of hegemony, I can go and trade those in and use those to buy myself a new battleship from the hegemony. Anyway, so let's see if we can catch this Remnant fleet and give them a bit of a thrashing, shall we? It wasn't that hard really. All I had to do was turn off going dark and then they came straight for me. Realistically, I'm not too worried about the fight. These bigger ships are still quite dangerous. Actually no, I think it's these ones, the support drone ships. I can't remember, one of them has like a cannon that just chews through you, but regardless, I think we kind of outnumber them. I mean, look at all the fighter squadrons. So let's do this. Yeah, I'll take you. Actually, yeah, I'll skip the phase frigate. Burn through all my supplies. I could take the strike cruiser. Yeah, I'll do that. Okay. So I like to see enemy, he's being stupid. about that lasher. Order the full assault, just to clean up the remnants. This poor ship. And I'll cut to the end. Don't need to watch these two being chased. Okay, so we did lose a couple of frigates there. There's a couple of lashes. So we're still taking crew losses, which is unfortunate, but lashes I would much rather lose than, say, an actual ship I care about. So let's see. Let's recover them. I've got about 130-ish crew left at spare. Okay. And nothing of interest except for these AI cores. I think that's still pretty good though. I mean, this is 90k, and those are 30k each, so that's 60k. And with that we got another level up. I have a few choices I could do with this. I could maybe upgrade command and control just to boost our whole fleet, or coordinate maneuvers for that extra speed bonus. But this is again a bonus that only applies if the fleet is sufficiently large on the battlefield, which tends to happen quite a bit really. I don't really fight the smaller fights. But command and control also gives me a bonus to electronic warfare at the same time. The command points is nice, but not essential. I could go for some fighter bonuses, given that I'm a carrier pilot, or just general combat. We got missiles. I think probably let's work on building up the ship's combat capability, because it is the ship, it is the biggest one in the fleet. And let me take a look at it. What is it doing exactly? So it's got maulers, Reaper launcher, barrage launcher, some standard cannons. But mostly it's those torpedo bombers. So let's see, we've got here all ships in fleet for fighters. That'd be quite a nice little bonus actually. Crew losses, damage taken, faster replacements, top speed, maneuverability, damage, targeting accuracy, missile speed, missile, rocket, bomb and torpedo hit points. Yeah, Strike Commander, that's the one we want. That'll make our torpedo bombers better off. Perfect. And now I see there's probably a small fleet around here. But I was going to loop round, capture this nav boy, maybe build a... let's see. Does this have two still location? Okay, so I will build a combat bonus type of satellite. Probably a sensor relay here. Okay, and let's get that sensor array down. Always pays to know what's going around. What is going on here? I'm betting that's a lot of wrecks there. And we've got a fleet combined with a much bigger fleet over there. So let's go dark and go a bit close to this guy. And we'll take him out. For the sake of brevity, I will cut this one out because it's not a big fleet. You've seen me kill these a few times now. And that fight is over. Unfortunately, I lost a Scarab due to an unfortunate little burst of fire. So it's another little bit of crew loss. I'm thinking maybe I should bring more spare volunteers when I go on these little remnant hunting exercises. Oh, and no AI cores. That's a shame. Still, I'll happily take everything else. And maybe the salvage will give me something instead. Nope. Then again, I've never seen AI cores through salvaging. At least combat wreckage, that is. Oops. Accidentally clicked interdiction. That kind of gave me away. Okay, so I'm going to take him out next. What's this fleet following me? Oh, there's all the derelicts. Oh, an onslaught. Nebula, Lasher. Let's see. Okay, let's take out this patrol first. Oh, what is that? That is a big ship. Well, can't find out what it is unless I'm shooting at it. So what is this? Radiant class standard drone battleship. It's a phase skimmer. Oh boy. Okay, so this can teleport around like the wolf frigates can. It's got some missile launchers, 3 tachyon lances, so it's got lots of lasers. Mining lasers. Okay, that'll be interesting. 4 ion beams and burst laser point defense. Okay, at least it's not got fighters. These ones are the fighter carriers, so let's just... I'm just gonna smash it with a hammer. I'm not in the mood to risk it. For a biscuit. Yes. Oh god, I'm gonna burn everything out. So let's see how dangerous this battleship is. Oh, jeez, okay. Keep your distance. Like, no, you should... Okay, I'm gonna tell her to retreat. Which one's the retreat button again? T. There we go. Get out of there, please. Fortunately, it's a big, juicy target, even though it can teleport. Okay, I had a fighter squadron. It's gone now. Okay. Oh, it even damages the shields. Oh. So it's not a traditional beam weapon. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna have to overwhelm that. It's just taking the torpedoes. Okay. How is everyone else doing? Seems to be fine. Is the mule okay? At least he's got his squadron protecting him. Okay. Probably best to clean out his little escorts first. Wish I could prioritize this guy as the lowest. Maybe I could put him in a void. And again, I don't want them to avoid him. Okay. Amplified entropy. What was that? It's like a special ability or something. Missile, missile, missile. I can see that being very dangerous against a close encounter. He is a little chunky boy, though. The way the laser just cuts through everything. Still, one big ship, no matter how powerful, can't resist a whole fleet. You better give me an alpha core. And that's just this guy left. Feeding frenzy. Okay. Let's see what that battleship gave. That was 40 crew. Must have just been all the fighters. There's no ship that got lost. He just shredded all the bomber squadrons. Okay. Oh, and it only gave me a beta core? Okay. What is this? And that's the Tachyon Lancers. That's the weapon I wanted. Then again, it's also a large energy, which is an issue because I don't have many ships with large weapon slots for that. Still, nice to have it now. When I do get the big ships, then I can start using it. And I got level up for that, so let's see. Missile, rocket bomb, let's see. Actually, I'm going to go for the crew loss due to fighter losses. The fighter doctrine. This will benefit all the fighters in my fleet, and it'll just be quite helpful because every time you lose a fighter, you have potential to lose a crewman. I'd like to minimize the amount of people that I'm losing, and then also get the level 2 and level 3 just because that'll make all the fighters in the whole fleet better off. I did really want to get this missile speed and maneuverability though, just because a lot of the torpedo bombers on my ship use missiles, so that is quite helpful to have. The 20% damage bonus is also helpful to have, but I'd rather get the fleet-wide bonuses for fighters. So, okie doke. Okay, now let's see what... Oh, hello, and you're another big fleet, so let's go dark until we can repair up a bit. Do a little salvaging, max out my fuel. Okay, let's see, so there was... so these are all smaller ships, I don't really care that much about, but there is an onslaught right here. Actually, and I just think... let me see. If I'm at maximum 30, I don't think I can salvage any more ships, so I'd like to maybe ditch out. Let's see. You got anything useful on you? Salvage gantry, maybe. Don't really need any more. I think I'll get rid of this drone tender, or alternatively, get rid of this lasher. Strip him. And then scuttle it. So now, if we can salvage the onslaught, we have the slot in our fleet. Oh, now I'm using a little bit over fuel capacity. Let's dump it. Onslaught. Oh, and we can't salvage it though. It's a shame. What about the other stuff? Oh, of course we can salvage the nebula. Yeah. Lashers. Let's skip Cerberus. Starliner. Drover. What the Drover? Oh, actually this battleship here is... well, I'll take the free supplies. And my ship just got delivered to my home world, so I can go pick that up. And I can recover... oh, a pristine drover. Oh, I'll take that, thank you. I'm just 2 crews short of my minimum. I'll take another drover. It's certainly an upgrade from a lasher. Perfect. So the ship is not going to be in the best, probably because I don't have much to refit it. Yeah, I could certainly do a strike variant. At least it's got something. So why does it look damaged? Is it... or is it because it actually is damaged? Ah yes, because it's in 0% armor. Okay. So it had damage mods on it. Okie doke. So let's see, I'm gonna go check out the irradiated world and then get the Navboy. These guys will not take over any of my installations, so I can be confident that these things will stay here. I think I'll avoid this fleet for now. I don't want to have to go slinking back to my colonies just yet to get more crew. But maybe we'll find some cool ruins. And what's this? This is a smaller fleet. Okay. Something else over here as well. Where is it? It's somewhere in the belt. I can't see it perfectly. Okay, survey the planet. Irradiated. Extreme heat. Perfect planet to live on, but no ruins, unfortunately. So let's see, here it is. It's a mining station, okay. Let's go see if it's got some technology for me. Okido, so what have you got? Preliminary survey data for the Rhomur. I'll have to check what that is. And what do we get? Oh, a pristine nanoforge. Oh, look at how gloriously green that is. So this is the ultimate find in terms of treasure. This makes your ship production and quality massively increased, and it increases the production income from the heavy industry quite dramatically. It is probably the single rarest object you could find in the game. I'm not sure of anything else that is rarer than that, actually. And I don't think I'll take these. But that nano forge is definitely a good reason to head home. Okay. I'm going to take over that nav boy, and then I'm going to take a look at the frozen world, and then I'm going to do a little sensor sweep. Oh, what is that? Colony threat, Luddic Church expedition. The Freeport state. Yeah, we are quite close to the hegemony, I guess, as well as the Luddic Church. So they're coming at it because it's a Freeport. The expedition, however, is outmatched. Its ground forces are outmatched, so it's likely to be defeated. And we haven't even got a proper military base going, it's just a couple of patrol HQs. What could we do to avert it? So this is something which is very handy when you're making so much money, you can just keep averting things. But the more you avert, the bigger the cost becomes. So here I can decide to either bribe them or use my reputation. Either way I'm going to pay with something. I don't think I have enough reputation, because I'm actually suspicious of them. I need plus 25. And income wise it costs 100,000, but I don't really care that much. I don't mind being enemies of the Luddic Church. They've got nothing I'm really that interested in. At least with the hegemony they sell me battleships. Luddic Church sells converted... well, actually no, it's like the Luddic Path sells converted fuel tankers. I don't know what the Luddic Church does. So they can come. Besides, probably I'll be back there, able to blow them all up by that point. And let's go take control of this now. Yeah, and it's under control, which gives us a bit of speed now. All these patrols are coming after us. I'd be fine with attacking them one by one. I definitely don't want to anger them all together though. And let's see, has the frozen world got anything of interest for us? I think we can turn off going dark. And Jay has finished the mining, now it's moved on to the Patrol HQ. And it's got volatiles and war. Now, I would like to get some volatiles at some point for manufacturing purposes, but not just on a planet like this. Okay, and do a sensor burst. Yeah, nothing came up. If there is anything, it's going to be hidden in the clouds anyway. And let's go. I'm going to head back to the colonies, do a bit of resupplying, and pick up my Odyssey. I want to make that my ship. As I got close to my colony, I got a little bit of information that there's actually a Luddic Path base quite close by. Nice to collect that bounty. Currently it's not targeting us though, so it's okay. But I don't like the idea of having them right next door because the base will keep building up in strength if I ignore it. So I think once I pick up everything, I'll go and give it all a test run by blowing this all up. Okay, so we're back home. I just sorted out all the equipment and things to drop off. So I sorted out the crew. Gonna put the pristine core in now, so let's do that. So click on the heavy industry, and now we can see the difference here. So the standard corrupted core is only a 20% improvement in quality versus the 50% of it pristine, and the income is also going to increase. So right now it's making 128,000. Once we install that, it jumps to 145,000. And the best part is, it will just increase exponentially as the population increases again and again and again. And as well, now that our quality is so high, we can see here ship quality is at 100%. So all the ships that our faction has now will have no defects. And we have the plus 25% stability, the plus 25% from the doctrine. So if we look at the doctrine here, we can, if we say we had this at max quality, we could drop it down to mid quality and let it maybe balance out a bit to officers or more ships. But this is the highest we can get really at the moment. I'm surprised it's still, some of it is coming through with orange pips on it. Maybe there's like a little bit of a percentage it's still rounding. But still, I quite like the look of that. And now we've also got here in the storage on the planet our new Odyssey. So I can't take it out because my fleet is full at the moment, so let's see who I can offload. I'll probably store the Lasher. Keep this Drover. It's nice to have a little bit of extra fighters. And we'll actually refit him. Just see if we can go anything better. I'm okay with a little bit more bombers. He can remain a drone carrier. Let me see. Anybody else who I don't really enjoy having in the fleet? $300 storage versus 900 storage. Fuel consumption 1.88, 2.25. I think I'll swap out this thing, military freighter, for an actual proper Colossus, which we had in storage. Give him the refit. We actually had a military variant, which I'd saved before. And because of its size, it's going to give us a lovely juicy improvement to sensor range of 60. Now I could repair it. Actually, that's not too expensive to repair. Compromised storage reduces it by 15%. Nah, I don't want to spend that on just making a bit of storage. I would prefer to spend it on maybe repairing a bigger ship. Oof, that's expensive. 650k. Well, this carrier, 178. I mean, it has got damaged flight deck, and for a carrier that's kind of a bad thing. What about this one? 77,000. I quite like this ship. Glitch sensor array, weapon range reduction. Doesn't even have that much armor though. Yeah, I think we'll spend it and we'll repair this close support destroyer just because I love them and their large laser. Which actually we could use for the Tachyon lance if we wanted to. I think that's the only ship that we have that has a large energy slot on it. So let's see. Because it was definitely doing damage to the shields, I remember that much. It completely overwhelmed the shield, in fact. High intensity laser is more of a high explosive beam. It says no hard flux though. Interesting. Maybe it just overwhelmed the wolf so much. Anyway. I think, yeah, I'll just stick with the high intensity laser for now. We could level her up whilst we're here. Oh, and yeah, we need to reassign the other officer. So she's still going to be a pure combat pilot. Armor or shielding, yep. Defensive systems is purely shielding. Get the combat endurance level 1. Hull damage taken, overload duration, malfunction, algo, damage control. Okay, and she was going to be a carrier pilot. So who could we stick around? Oh yes, we want to take the Odyssey out. So take that out. Bring it to the front. Now let me think. It is a pretty good ship actually. I refit it. It's a bit like the Conquest, in that it has like two sides to it, but the ship turns and moves a lot quicker. Actually, did it build it with weapons for me? That's quite nice. It's like given all of a little configuration. And if we balance it, it actually equips it with a tachyon lens. Oh, I quite like that. I don't like these flash bombers though. I prefer torpedo bombers if I could. But flash bombers at least don't have any crew, so they're not, they're not terrible. It's got high resolution sensors with an ECCM package, which is good for all the missile launchers this ship has. The question is, do I want her to pilot it, or do I want me to pilot it? Integrity 14,000. I think this, let's see, so this is a total of 297. It's actually got more ordnance points than this ship. Yeah, I think I'll take this one as my new ship. And I'll put an officer who's got some carrier skills like F.O.O.L in charge of that. So now, let's see, so that goes to the front. And where can we put the last officer? We'll put her in charge of the actual carrier. Oh, and Moses needs a level up. Give him helmsmanship, base of action, missile specialization, maybe helmsmanship again. Oh, plus 15% weapon damage, I'll try and get that. Ordnance expertise level 3. Okay, perfect. And of course we're under strength because we just added another huge ship to the fleet. I don't know if I'm going to keep this one. Yeah, let's get rid of one of these tenders, we'll just store them away. At least here we're storing them so they're not just dumping them in space for scrap. I think I quite like what we've got going on here. Could do a couple more officers. Let's take a look. Nobody's on the planet. Nobody's interested at the bar. Okay. I can dump everything off. Blah 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 blah. Grab the crew. We need about 300 more, so let's grab those from the stockpile. And let's see. Oh, sorry. We actually were over limit already, but I'd rather have a couple of extra spare officers. Let's go to 100. I think that's good all around. Okay. Now, let's see. So, UNATCO is still building the fuel production. Panchea is now working on the Patrol HQ. Nexus is about to upgrade the heavy industry. And once it's done that, I want to build the commerce, but I can't afford the queuing up of that just yet. Alternatively, with commerce, I could slap it on the desert planet next door, but I'd rather have it on the planet where I'm keeping all of my stuff anyway, just because it gives me that, you know, convenience, really. Okie doke. So, let's go test all this out by blowing up that Luddic Path base. I'm quite curious to see my Odyssey in action with that big tachyon lance. I think it's just getting a bit to overkill point now. We've got all these huge ships. Okay, I'll see you at the Luddic Path. Okay, we're dropping into the system now. Oh, and we landed right on it. So what have we got here? What's his name? Cker Bog Sacrament. That is a very interesting name. And a defensive fleet that makes me laugh. Okay, let's go. Let's go do some science, shall we? With weapons. Oh, and we can also like take a look on the... Oh, I could hire some people before I blow it up. So let's see, the officer... You are timid. Unfortunately, I hate timid officers. I'd rather have an aggressive officer over a timid one. May as well not even have a timid officer. It's like the ship doesn't even exist. What about the administrator? What can you do? No special talents, but it would be helpful to have just a administrator. I mean, the cost is practically nothing at this point. And the bar, nothing in the bar. And did they sell anything of interest? I'm not seeing any blueprints or equipment. Anything that's any intriguing things. What about the market? Let's see. Yeah, I think at this point I would love to play some of the mods that gives the Ludic Path a bit more ships, because they're basically no different than pirates, except their ships are green and they have worse converted freighters, because these use missile launcher instead of a fighter squadron. Yeah, nothing of interest. Let's blow this up. Engage. Engage! Everybody in. Okay, perfect. Now the best part is my ship. Oh, he's actually so fast. He's like, nope, nope, nope. But he's actually faster now. So let's put him on autopilot. Wow. Zip zappity zip zap. Let's engage on the station. Fighter strike on the smaller ships. Now this is a true nice vessel. As I upgrade my combat skills, this will become substantially deadlier. And just look at that tachyon just zapping. And it can just bounce around, it's so maneuverable. Wow. Yes, tachyon lances are my favorite. Just cutting the station up. I think maybe we should build a couple more of these. How's it going? Oh, they're too afraid, they're just hiding. Get out of my neighborhood. Who's left? Bravely, bravely ran away. Oh, wow. And then there was none. I lost 9 crew. Wow. Oh, and the shuttle got away. Anything about... Oh, a drone tender. No, thank you. And what do I get? Oh, I'll take all the supplies. Can't just take all of it. Salvage. Cherry on top. Okay, he's just floating around saying hello. Guarding sensor array. Yeah, they're not going to be guarding anything at this point. One of my officers got to level up. Carrier pilots, so let's get her wing commander, actually strike commander. So that improves offensive capabilities, but also carrier command. Yeah. Get level 1s in all of them, that way it'll encourage us to level them up when we click the button again. Esther, what can we do for you? Helmsmanship. Okay. Yeah, that was a little bit of a cakewalk. That was ridiculous. Any other bounties I can clean up? Nope. But what I do want to do is look at this Terran planet and see if I can make that to be my next colony. So I'm going to go pay a visit to Fearsome Engine again, and this time let's see if we can do a little bit more cleaning up. See you in a second. And now our monthly income is really starting to get there. Got 230k just for that last month. And that was down a little bit from the stockpile I drew out as well. But actually we only paid 25 credits to that administrator. Reduced to 10%. Okay. So the income is getting a lot better. I want to use that income to build more on the colonies. And then once the income gets sufficiently high enough, I can start mass manufacturing a couple of Odysseys. I wish I had the larger versions of the phase frigates, because those things are dangerous, especially the one that can teleport mines out there. Let's see. Nexus will be done soon, so let's queue up. I want to either build the military base, which is an upgrade of the patrol HQ, or build commerce. I think we'll focus on upgrading the military base. Commerce I can build last, but if the colony gets attacked, that doesn't matter really. So at least get a bit of defense going. And let's pay a visit to Fearsome Engine, shall we? So I'm aware that this is the Terran planet right here, this little gravity well. Okay, so first let's take a look at it, make sure it's actually interesting. So it's polluted, extreme tectonic activity, okay. Oh, it's got a few things. It's got some ruins, it's only scattered. Rich farmland, that's very nice. Abundant rare ore, moderate ore, and abundant ore. Yes, this is perfect. So this will be my 4th colony. Definitely. But I don't want to build it until I'm cleaning out, or I've cleaned out the entire system. So let's explore the ruins, gather some organs. Didn't set off any alarms, nope. Fortunately no technology. Okay, and let's take a quick look at, oh there's a little tanker here as well. Let's take a look at the Blue Crow. Anything of interest here? Nope. And the tanker probably has some fuel for us. Actually had nothing. Okay, let's see, so here is the nav buoy and 2 of the stable locations here. Let's build the sensor array so we're so close to this location. And I believe there's a cache or something here. I don't like using the sustained burn too much, especially as it gives my location away. Okay. Let's go take a look. Maybe this is a mining station or research station. Oh, it's just a shuttle. That's a shame. Sometimes shuttles have officers. One time I found a pristine shuttle which had no weapon slots, so that was an interesting little find. Okay, so we have something down here. There's also the Nexus, which we are going to have to clean up eventually. And there's the Auto Squadron. So let's go to the Auto... Actually, let's go take a look at the Nexus. His name is Moskva. Oh, trolling. So that's what happened to Moscow. Okay. Oh, wow. He's orbiting the Nexus. I am not sure about that. Maybe we can pull him away. Yes. Come to me. Come to me. Let's have a little bit of a fight, shall we? Okay, hello. So he is dangerous, definitely. This is the most dangerous remnant fleet out there, but we've got a fair bit of ships to fight them with. And we can only deploy a few of them at a time. It's a bit strange. Still, I will have to see. Let's hope we don't take too many losses. Tachyon laser fight off. Yes, Tachyon looks like it is the weapon I want. I'm not liking this Falcon. So I'll give him a hand. Come on, just break it, break it, break it. We can lead them on a merry goose chase. So these guys can be destroyed. Oh, there goes the mule. At least my Falcon got away. Finally, there we go. Oh wait, that was no... It wasn't the battleship I wanted to destroy. He's overwhelming it. Oh boy, I don't want to lose you. Just face tanking all of that. Okay. Where are my command points? Come on. Okay, first cancel that heavy escort. Let's engage on all these guys. Did we take the battleship out? Oh, he's drifting all the way over there. I completely missed that, that's a shame. Well, we took some losses, but that was a pretty good fight, I'd say. Actually, we only lost a mule. The Falcon got away before anything bad happened. And it's still pristine as well, so nothing terrible. There is my Alpha Core. As well as a fair bit of fuel. More Tachyon Lancers. Actually, I have to just take everything, I think. Salvaging. Oh, and the battleship got spat out, so we'll salvage him as well. Do one more salvage. Okay, go dark. Okay, so now I'm just gonna sit and repair up a bit. I don't think anybody's gonna come to patrol and protect the Nexus now. We've got our level up. So let's go with Fire Doctrine 2 for the overall fighter bonuses. And we'll just wait. Get my combat readiness up, get the ship repairs done, and then we'll clean out this Nexus, and I hope this is not too much of a problem. Actually, I just saw that my homeworld finished the AudioPlus. So there we go, this is what it looks like. Actually, I think this improves quality again as well. You see ship quality plus 20%. So now we have an average ship quality of 120%. So I can then actually go change my doctrine again. And I can reduce this, maybe down one level. Let's say more ships instead. So now if we go look at the planet again, you see it's 108% now. So we're still building pristine ships, we're just building more of them. And I could drop it again perhaps, but then we might get some defects, so let's do that. Would more ships be better, or more officers? Adequate training, yeah, let's go with that. So we're going to introduce a couple of defects now because the quality is 95%. So you see here there's like a couple of orange pips, but now we are building far more ships and with far better trained officers on average. So that's a good combination. That's also the big reason why you want to get AudioPlus, just because of that ship quality bonus you see under the demands and effects section right there. It also does improve the income quite a bit, so we're doing quite well now. Anyway. Let's get the repair, and let's try this Nexus. Do a little quick save just in case. So what is this? I don't know if this is shielded or not. I can't remember if this is the full version or the light version. Are we fighting the diet station or the original? Let's find out. Dump everybody in except the drum tender of all things. I think I'll put in the phase frigate because at least he's got a little bit. Actually, hold on. I want the mule. The mule has a fighter squadron. I want that instead. And let's deploy. So we'll set to engage. We'll have everybody on it. Engage is important here because otherwise they'll go slamming straight into the thing. Hey, you ever heard of... Never mind. How do I even bring you to this? There's so much point defense. Jeez. Okay. Not sure why my AI pilot is doing this. Maybe it's because of the way I'd set the order. Instead of just having engage, I put them all onto it. Maybe it makes them behave a little bit differently. Go. I would really hate for my brand new Odyssey to get a damage mod on it. Oh, lost the Enforcer. That's like the third time he's blown up. Yeah, I suppose that's one disadvantage of the Odyssey, it doesn't have a lot of armor. Thought that was a wolf floating away there. What do I get out of you? 610 crew were lost. We only recovered 177. That's a shame. I hope I have enough replacements. Oh, and I got a damage mod as well. Compromised armor. Then again, it's not that heavily armored of a ship compared to the other capital ships of its size. Still, it's not nice to have a brand new ship come out with scratches. But I think it was worth it. One more alpha core for the pile, as well as everything else. Actually, what was that? There was a Paladin point defense system. That thing was really working quite well. Large energy. Okay. And 2 levels up. Some salvage. Fortunately, didn't give us anything extra of value. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to jump out, I think. And with these levels up, I shall... Let's get faster fighter replacements. And command and control for that command bonus. I'd like to just have some extra command points just in case I'm issuing too many orders. And I'm going to head back to the colonies now because, yes, we have not enough people in the fleet anymore. But we did do a bit of cleaning up. We discovered that this was a very good planet, so this is definitely going to be the next one I colonize. But there's currently too many locals that I have to get rid of first, so we'll work on that. Maybe there's even some other stations floating around. Maybe this is like a science station here. So there might be other goodies hidden here that I can make use of. Anyway, I will head back home, and in the meantime I want to just wish you all a great Friday with a great weekend. Going to be busy for this one, so I'm looking forward to it a bit. As for the rest of you, thank you all for watching. Have a great day, you're all really wonderful. Peace out, everybody.